people. What the hell is this? Ah, so loud.
I love you, Colonel Sanders.
Alright, let's change this. This game is free to play. Have you ever been asked to do NA hentai, lol? I mean, if the opportunity comes, maybe. And how much it pays. Wait, Flo played this too? Alright, I need to make this thing super low. Okay, maybe this would be good. If it... No, Jacob! Okay, new games. Is this too loud though? I have no idea. Let's go as Mew. Oh my god, I'm hungry. I want fried chicken with biscuit. A 2-piece with biscuit. With a side of gravy. Am I talking dirty or just hungry? I don't know. You want an FM2 ping? Okay. You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. You know what? At the condo I used to share with my sister for like a very short temporary time, we had these this central air thing in each room, and it's really nice because you can turn on the AC or turn it the heat up, so you can just have that in your room and have air circulation. The world is peaceful and serene. You could stay in this moment forever. Guess I have to click this button or something. Or you could wake up now. Your first day of culinary school and no time to sleep in. Do we smack that clock up and Adam? Throw the clock out the window and stay in bed forever. I guess smack that clock. Lying in bed, you stare at the ceiling thinking about everything that awaits you at the prestigious University of Cooking School. Academy for Learning. Yep, we smack that clock. Your mind begins to wander. Who will be there? What will you cook? What should you wear? Time begins to fly by and you find your imagination getting away from you. You need to take this seriously, or you allow yourself to daydream a bit thinking about the future. We're going to take this seriously. I better make sure to arrive prepared for the first day. You bust through your morning checklist. Teeth, brushed. Hair, combed. Pits, deodorized. Nothing can stop you now. You confidently grab a biscuit, strut out the strut out the door and head off to class. Who grabs a biscuit in the morning though? Do you guys eat biscuits in the morning? And also, my brain in England, you say biscuit about cookies or like little sugar cookies or just cookies. But in America, biscuit is the thing that comes with fried chicken In the UK, what they call biscuits are known as scones or scones, whatever. And they are a little bit more sugary, while the American biscuits are savory and salty. This looks delicious. Just what you needed to get your blood flowing. Not the M word, J-Hob, tendies. So are you a dude in this too? I mean, Ping, I don't mind being a dude. We're trying to see if the story's good. I can't wait for Ellie to get friend-zoned by the Colonel. No, please no. Standing at the quad, you gaze upon the magnificent University of Cooking School Academy of Learning. I feel like I'm like just advertising. University Cooking School Academy for the Learning. And thank you so much for following Og Komang. Here comes your lifelong best friend forever, Miriam. She's the most adorably awkward person you've ever met, and you absolutely love her for it. Yo, is he gonna whip out that drumstick? Or maybe them thighs. The extra side of gravy. She is adorable. Good morning, Mew. Are you excited for the first day of the rest of our lives? Actually, because I'm sure excited. A little nervous? Okay. A lot nervous. I never seen anybody talk to me and do this. This looks like a morning exercise. Like a lunge. All the puns, J-Hub. What the? It's just that this morning I made breakfast for myself, but, well, when I ate it, I couldn't taste any love in the food. What if I'm no good? What if I fail? Classic Miriam. Raised by Master Chef parents, she's always held herself to a very high standard. Look at her tears! Ever since we were little babies, playing together, you rescued me from that quicksand box. It's been clear to me that you're the most loving, caring person I know. You're going to do great. But with the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning's famous 3-day only semester, I'm afraid of being left behind and never catching up. A sweet girl, Miriam has always had a flair for the dramatic. This summer, she got so nervous about her first kiss that she chipped a tooth practicing on a mannequin. What? Pep talk your best friend, I guess. You should pep talk her. Change the subject. Remember the last month when we saw that fortune teller and had our tarot cards read? The lady with the mask who gave me nightmares? I've been trying to forget. I know she looks spooky, but she was so sweet. And she told you that you were destined for great things. Remember that card with the fancy looking tower and the other card featuring the handsome fellow in the red suit? I've been waiting for so long to meet a handsome fellow I can call my own. And I'm sure you will soon. In no time, we'll be graduating and you'll be delighting the world with your heartfelt cooking in no time at all. As you talk to Miriam up, you can feel her nerves begin to ease. You know what? Maybe everything will be okay after all. And if not, at least I have these killer bangs. Can you believe I cut them myself? You can definitely believe it. I cannot believe it. Before you can get another word out, you're rudely interrupted when someone smacks your books and custom engraved measuring spoons out of your hands onto the ground. Hey! It's Ashley. Your rival, your arch rival. She's totally evil, but you can't help but be filled with jealousy. She can get anything she wants and she knows it. Hello, Ashley? Is it Ashley? Oh, I didn't even see you there, chicken skins. Chicken shins. You leave Mew alone. They're perfectly normal shins. Ugh, he can't stand Ashley. Even her name is annoying. You know for a fact that it's actually Ashley, but she had to add extra letters to make herself feel better than everyone. Ping says I'd give her anything she wants to. If anyone here knows what perfection looks like, it's us. We're not going to let you or your really weird insults get to us. Across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend, Van, the man, has stopped to look at his own reflection in the mirror. His pants are so tight you can see him casually working out his glutes while he styles his hair. No lie, they're rocking glutes.
Van!
Isn't Van water? Von? Von with two N's. Uh-oh. Wallaby is actually Wallaby. What the? You rang? You've never been sure what their arrangement is, but as long as you've known them, Ashley and Van have been just as close as you and Miriam, but substantially more devious. I can't believe that University of Cooking School Academy for Learning would ever allow people like you to attend as students. I know, right? I think they just hand out our diplomas now. Or maybe hire us as professors. You amateurs can learn a lot from us. With the first day of school about to start, there's just no time to properly tell these two off. So you resist the urge. Let's go, Miriam.
Psh, see you later, losers.
What just happened? And he has the snaggled tooth. And that noise. As you approach the door, you see a goofy looking kid pushing hard against the window directly next to it. Did he just fart? And his name is Pop.
Oopsie!
I think it's broken! You reach forward and easily pull the door open. Things like who brought their kid to school. That should do the trick.
I love you!
I think you mean thank you?
My name is Pop. I was named after my Pop. He's old.
Could someone like this be a student at the school? He must be one heck of a chef. Also, his name tag clearly says Bob, but I guess he's reading it upside down. Hi, Pop. I'm Mew. So, are you going to make me hold this door all day?
Nope.
And with that, the young man walks into the building ahead of you.
Is it just me, or is he kind of cute?
I think it's just you. You both shrug your shoulders before following him into the building. Actually, this classroom kind of reminds me of the Doki Doki classroom, but I think it's on the other side. I don't remember. You stand at the edge of the room, unsure where to sit. Other students wander and keep themselves busy chit-chatting. A scruffy-looking pooch takes his place at the podium at the front of the class. Adorable. Whoa, this is the teacher!
Oh, sprinkles.
Sprinkles. Now, quiet down, everyone. Oh, no, he needs to have more of like a British, because he's a Pembroke, or no, is he a Welsh Corgi or Pembroke? Maybe a Pembroke. Let me go get some water so I can do this properly. Have a dog as a professor?
Corgi.
Frankie? Can we pet the teacher? I hope so. Now, quiet down, everyone. Who is this unreasonably cute pup and why is he in our culinary class? You must be Sprinkles, head instructor and CEO of UCSAL. Oh my god, he's so cute. Please, call me Professor Dog. I may be cute and little and fluffy, but I still demand respect. Woof. I guess schools do have CEOs, Ping. What? A cute dog is our professor? This is the best school ever! I guess only a dog's nose is capable of picking up all the nuances of fine dining. But doesn't that mean if the dog cooks, he's gonna add an extra bit of flavor with his fur just naturally like shedding all the time? Because even when Hanzo just moves, our husky, like just fur, like little bits of fur fly around. Pink says, sounds like more US scams. Really? Out of nowhere, wind begins to rush around as you... what? Out of nowhere, wind begins to rush around you as a swirl of cherry blossom petals fill the air inside the classroom. That's so unrealistic.
I'm chilly. Someone close the window!
And then he walks in. You're immediately swept up by the aura of this new student and his remarkable goatee. Who knew anyone could be so handsome? Time stands still. The cherry blossoms started just as Saz walked by. Coincidence? I think not.
It's him, it's...
If it isn't my favorite student, Holland. Colonel Sanders interrupts Sprinkles. Sorry, Professor Dog, before he can finish his sentence. Please call me Colonel. Colonel Sanders. We should do that. Colonel Sanders. A hush murmur rolls through the classroom as Colonel Sanders walks down the aisle of desks. Suddenly, the room is sweltering. Sweat begins to... I was about to say bread. Sweat begins to bead across your brow. You feel like everyone is looking at you, and you're not entirely wrong. And this over here must be Sweetie Sweats a Lot. Maybe we should open the window back up before Faucet Pits melts into a puddle and evaporates entirely. Hold on a second. Nobody talks to my friend like that. You two know my name. We were in the same kindergarten class, and what is with your really weird insults? Besides, when Mew sweats, it's not gross, it's beautiful. Look at that shimmer. You take the moment to clean yourself up, I guess so. It's a good thing you didn't forget about the deodorant this morning. This classroom is hot, hot, hot. Professor Dog steps in to settle the class down and set some ground rules. Welcome to University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, the greatest culinary academy in the world. The birthplace of culinary legends past, present, and future. Many challenges await you. There will be tears, there will be blood, but there might even be really adorable tiny food. And when all is said and done, there will be a battle. You will lift your sporks and compete in the broom cooking arena. And then another student enters the classroom and interrupts the professor's rousing speech. Hey guys, sorry I'm late. I hope everyone had a good summer. I really miss... Quiet. Late to class is bad enough, but interrupting my monologue? You're on the fast track. Out of here, young man. Are you sure you're even in the right place? Don't you recognize... Oh.
Don't you recognize me? This is my third year in the school. We see you as my teacher.
Everyone stares at him blankly.
Does no one remember me?
You're expelled if you utter one more word before I finish. Let that be a lesson to you students that tardiness is unacceptable. Even Clank made it here on time, rolling halfway across the town in his tiny wheels. Is that your game guy voice? Yes, Ping, it is. You turn to see the student Sprinkles is referencing, who appears to be some sort of industrial kitchen appliance. What is this? The class bursts into laughter. Oh, Clank, you rascal. Sprinkle walks in the classroom as everyone stands in the silent obedience. When he gets to you, he lifts a nose in the air and takes a deep sniff. Your diet is lacking. Based on what I'm picking up here, you definitely need multivitamin. You should be taking better care of yourself. You've never had a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sprinkle's reputation for being smart but tough is well known. You decide to try to butter him up by giving him a treat out of your pocket, but what kind? Beef treat, chicken snack, rubber ball. Chicken snack. You reach beneath your apron and return with the chicken snack in your hand. Sprinkle's eyes go wide as he locks onto it. His favorite. Yeah, I got friend zoned, but it's okay, Soko. Oh, thank you, Sass. Sass got me bubbly lemon. So good. But Soko, don't worry. It will be uploaded onto YouTube maybe the day after tomorrow, so just keep an eye on YouTube, or you can rewatch the VOD. But yeah, we are now going to see what happens with Colonel Sanders. So chicken snacks is this Corgi's favorite. Well. I think there might be some competition for a new star student. The fairy professor immediately devours the snack, leaving your hand slick with a coating of warm doggy drool. You see the other students eyeing you jealously, but pay no mind to them. If they wanted to succeed in life, they should have learned the importance of carrying a range of dog treat flavors on them all times. Settle down, young chefs. Take your seats and prepare to have your minds open to the most amazing possibilities of culinary creation. As everyone rushes to claim their favorite seats, you're left standing at the front of the room. Only two options remain.
Hey Mew, there's still a seat here.
It seems like no one has claimed the seat right next to me if you're interested. Let's go sit by Colonel Sanders. You may have to take your seat by Colonel Sanders. It appears he has brought no books, pens, or pencils. However, his perfect upright posture shows off a seriousness that makes you confident in his desire to learn. Thanks for offering me the seat. I've only had 2 rules. Do all you can and do it the best you can. It's the only way you'll ever get that feeling of accomplishing something. That's so inspiring. A little off topic if you ask me, but okay. As soon as you settled into your seat, the professor makes an announcement. Think fast! It's time for a pop quiz.
Yay, a quiz about me!
This is incredibly important and surprising short quiz will tell me if you're ready for life at culinary school. Keep your nose sharp and your focus sharper. Here comes question number 1. If train A is traveling to point B and train B is traveling to point A, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking? Meh, depends. Extremely. Looking at you, Pop. Doesn't matter at all. Pink says, is it Colonel in Norway? Sorry if you answered. I'm scatterbrained to me. We don't have KFC in Norway, right? Yeah, KFC is not here. Is it in Sweden? Well, since we all know this answer because of Corona, you should really definitely wash your hands. That's right. Forest is to tree as chicken is to. Forest is to tree as chicken is to, I guess, a feather. Why would you pick Vision Eye goggles? That's right. What is the most efficient eating utensil ever created? A comically oversized fork? Heck no. A meat tenderizer. A spork, I guess. You think so? I'm not sure where. These are some easy ass questions. What food is the best for a broken heart? Anything as long as it's prepared with love and not too much salt. Camel meat? What? A pancake that looks like a silly face. I guess this one? I'm gonna see what happens. Oh, that's right. Is Sprinkles a good boy? Ooh. No? He's a talking dog that teaches at culinary school. He is the best boy. Yes. Best boy, right? That's right. Perfect score. 5 out of 5. Wow! Be honest. Did you cheat? You look up to see that Colonel Sanders have been watching you tally your score. He's impressed. I know we just met, but I have to confess. I think you have a beautiful brain. Hot diggity Mew. You just scored some major Colonel Sanders points with that performance. Oh yeah. GG.
GG. Diva 1?
That guy's 0. May I have your attention, students? I have an important announcement to make. Time for lunch. Look at him, he's so excited for lunch. Saz, is this the face of a dog that you would give your hamburger to? No? But it has glasses. He says only Hansel gets it. Wow, the cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant you've ever eaten at. It makes sense that the school is dedicated to cooking would be also serious about the eating. A delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters.
Blah.
Do you smell that? That must be our lunch. It smells crazy good. Everyone, can I have your attention?
Is it about lunch?
No, I just wanted to apologize for recording this. You see, I was... Howdy, folks. I'd like to make an announcement. KOS! It's about... It's about lunch. Everyone cheers. Yay! Ooh, Sako has waffles and they're ready. Yay! Pink says, I bet Hanzo would share a burger with Professor Dog. He just might. Blah! Shh!
Lunch, 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 lunch!
She said shh. In honor of the new semester, I have prepared something special to share with everyone for lunch.
That must be the smell I smelled.
Indeed, that smell? You hold your breath, waiting to see what food this mysterious student has created. You've heard he's very talented, but were the rumors true? Is this? Colonel Sanders lifts a large bucket above his head. Its contents glimmer in the light. Piled high are huge pieces of chicken, breaded and fried to a crispy golden finish. The aroma envelopes you, and you begin to feel warm and safe. Colonel Sanders has filled a bucket with chicken? What a novel concept. Your stomach begins to grumble, as if to say, stop thinking and start eating. For years, I've been developing a secret recipe for the perfect fried chicken. By my calculation, nothing less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve this perfect balance of flavors. You look around and notice that every other student has a pen and paper and is scribbling notes as fast as they can. Pig, remember the scribbling take notes emote? It does look good, just. But that's all I'll say about that.
What? You think we want your stupid secret recipe, dude? Pshaw! Nah, my dude, nah.
I'm just drafting the last will and testament in case one of those ingredients is poison. Got him? He looks around nervously to see if anyone else is laughing at his sick burn. You wait to see what zinger Ashley has prepared to follow up, but she suddenly takes a different approach. Yeah, and I just was writing in my diary. Dear diary, today I smelled something beautiful. I knew at that moment that only the hands of a true gentleman could fry chicken so tender. You see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent as she slides closer to Colonel Sanders. She realizes that he is destined for greatness, and famed with cooking skills like this, she wants him all to herself. Yep, exactly, Ping. Oh, please. Well, Van the man. If you don't want any, I'll take his. Whoa, hold on. I guess I'll try it. He takes one bite, and his eyes grow wide. He starts contorting his face as he tries to hold in the pure exhilaration and the act of impressed. So he must look crazy. Easy now. There's enough for everyone. Please, my fellow classmates, dig in. You take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of this bucket, and you sink your teeth into it. It's amazing. Tasting Colonel Sanders' food transports you to another dimension. Is this game canon KFC lore? I think so, Ping. Alone with your taste buds, gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly. Focus your mind and meditate on this moment. Try to identify every flavor. Or we savor the moment and everything that tells you about Colonel Sanders' culinary heart, or swim towards the light. Let's try savor the moment. The flavors in your mouth are beautiful, pure, heavenly. What a guy. Alone with the flavors, you feel something that can only be described as love. For a man? Or a flavor? Are they the same? After tasting his food, you try to get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders. You approach Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders smiles ever so softly as you approach. He stops what he is doing and allows you to break the silence. Colonel, I wondered if I could talk to you for a second. Anything for a fellow chef. What exactly was on that chicken? How bold of you to come out and ask. It's an idea I had for a new combination of flavors that will make me my fortune and establish my legacy for all time as I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. No big deal. It's just you and me here talking. I can keep a secret. In fact, I've got some of my own that I'll be willing to trade. What's the rush? The semester is only getting started. We've got 2 more whole days to get to know each other. He's clearly not going to give it up easily, but it doesn't hurt to be persistent. You know what they say about secrets, Colonel? Shouldn't learning be fun? You've got a moxie, I'll give you that. Colonel Sander looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone, and then leans in, and you can feel his warm breath as he whispers. Just one ingredient, but you can't tell I use. It's something my great-grandmother taught me. Wow! You'll never guess that. In fact, you're not even sure where you get some, even if you search. This is like Sanders' origin story. I agree, Just. That's the lore. I feel like Sanders win in fist fights with those muscles. You think so, Soko? Ramsey fights too. It's the Brit in him. No, all he does is yell. Maybe he'll just blast Sanders' ears off and make it bleed. While you're wrapped up in the huge revelation, you notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared, while everyone else is still in the cafeteria. You decide to look for him. You find Colonel Sanders outside, standing in the quad. Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Sometimes I'd like to come outside and look at the school buildings. I think about how my story will continue on after I've graduated. It sounds like you have big plans. I dare say the biggest. I will leave my mark on this world. You can bet on that. Alone together for the first time, you figure now is the perfect moment to show your personality to him. Nag him to show your own strength. Wow him with a big idea. Add an additional ingredient to really spice things up. Or be modest but thoughtful. Maybe be modest but thoughtful, I guess. Well, I just wanted to tell you that I really enjoyed your food. Now you've got his attention. The flavors are complex but comforting. The interplay between salty, savory, and peppery. It was perfect. I appreciate the compliment, Mew. I'm sure you will be a success. I know we've only met today, but I'm starting to get the same feeling about you. We should head back inside. The next lesson starts soon. Sokka says Ramsey yells at the meat and Colonel beats it. Okay, don't everyone laugh at my joke at once. You step into the massive cooking arena where the afternoon lesson will take place. Each student gets an oven and all the tools and ingredients they could need. Look at this place, it's magnificent! Finally, we get to show our stuff. Wait a second, oh no! We have to show our stuff! What if I totally blow it? You're not going to blow anything. Except maybe kisses to the crowd of fans you're going to earn with your signature adorable tiny food creations. Welcome students to the cooking arena. For today's lesson we'll be cooking with partners. Hurry up and pair off. Naturally, Miriam looks over at you. But unable to control yourself, you pounce on Colonel Sanders. Hey Colonel, would you like to tackle the lesson as a team? A team of 2, that is me and you, if that wasn't clear. Wanna be my partner? Sure, Mew, I'll prepare our station. Without you as a partner, Miriam is left standing all alone. Two different students quickly take notice.
Hello, new partner.
Beep boop bzzz. Oh my. Two potential partners. I'm so sorry, gentlemen, but I don't know what to choose. It looks like you'll have to choose for her. Friend duties can be a little awkward, but that's the price you have to pay for not being alone forever. Who do you want to ask to be Miriam's partner? I think Clank. Sorry, Pop, but I think Miriam will be partnering with Clank today.
It's okay, I already ate.
It's not clear if Pop has any idea what to do at this point of school, even if not this juncture. Clank is clearly excited to have some attention. He heats up and begins to roll back and forth. Burp, 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 burp. Hold on there, fella. We don't even know the assignment yet. Technically, Clank might not have a face, but there's something charming and earnest about him. Tissue? I hardly know you. Clank judders and panel shakes loose. You get the impression that this is a sign of affection. Looks like you two will be fine. Now it's time to focus on your own cooking classwork. Alright, you two, for today's lesson, we're going to keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and divide up the steps. No, chef, is an island. It takes 2 flints to make a fire. You get the idea? Which dish do you suggest to your partner, Colonel Sanders? Steak tartare seems easy enough. It's fancy and you don't even need to cook it. Using octopus will blow Sanders' mind. Your grandmother's mashed potato and gravy. Mashed potato and gravy, come on. I've always been something of a down-home chef. I was thinking we could make something warm, inviting, and comforting. Maybe mashed potatoes? And gravy? I couldn't imagine one without the other. Colonel Sanders casts a coy look at you, causing your whole face to go beet red. Embarrassed, you quickly turn away. I'll go get the potatoes. No, please. Let me. Picking perfect produce is a passion of mine. It looks like things are getting pretty fresh around here. Does someone have a crush on Colonel Sanders? We're just cooking partners. Mind your own business. Sanders' heart is my business, and you better not keep your fingers off my man. Did someone call for me? Mash. That's what I think when you hear this. Oh, no, geez, Van Van. While I'm over here crushing Mew's dreams, you're supposed to be taking care of our classwork. That was the deal, remember? Colonel Sanders returns, arms full of peeled potatoes. He tosses them into boiling water and turns his attention to you and your old friends. Oh, howdy there. Ashley, Van Van, are we working a quartet instead of a duet now? Actually, no. It looked like Mew was struggling, so we offered to give them a hand. You know how it is. These young amateur chefs need a lot of mentoring. I was going to say, Colonel Sanders, maybe I should also teach you a thing or two about fancy food. Maybe one day you might be able to get to my level. Ha! Doubt it. Don't be rude, Van Van. Personally, I have no doubts whatsoever about Colonel Sanders' ability to concoct creations worthy of admiration. After all, your fried chicken was quite spectacular. But Colonel, if you ask me, I might make better partner than you than this thing that's positioned itself at your station. Don't you feel deep down that we cast complementary shadows? We fit together, like thigh and a drumstick, if that makes sense. Nothing about this makes sense, but one thing is clear. She's coming for Colonel. If you don't watch out, Ashley is really going at you hard. You need to ask for some backup here before things get ugly. Pink says, you're getting gift. Oh no! Thank you for the hard work, Ping. Sock, Ally's doing all the work, really. Very true. Alright. Turn to Colonel Sanders, hunk of hunks in your time of need. Turn to Miriam, your forever bestie who's always at your back. Let's go to Colonel Sanders. I'm here to learn and express myself via my cuisine, not bicker with prima donnas. Partners were chosen at the beginning of class, so let's respect that format, okay? You turn to Colonel Sanders to confirm that you're on the same page. I choose Colonel Sanders, and Colonel Sanders chose me, isn't that right? A businessman respects all fair agreements from contracts to handshakes. I took on Mew as my partner for this activity, and I stand by it. Based on your team's behavior, I'd say you're perfect for each other. Neither of you has Mew's natural talent or their loyalty. Being defended by Colonel Sanders leaves you feeling proud and full of potential. You look for Sprinkles in hopes that he might step in, but he's nowhere to be found. Darn those cute corgis and their short but sturdy stature. You look down at your station and realize that, in the tension of moment, your hands have been cooking on autopilot. Distracted by the drama, you already crushed and boiled the potatoes into a perfectly creamy mashed texture, with plenty of butter and cream for flavor. It's as if your natural passion guided you through the steps you know so well while your attention was elsewhere. That's crazy. I know just what to do. Colonel Sanders extends his hand. He's holding a beautiful white porcelain gravy boat, out of which pours smooth brown gravy, smothering your nearly finished potato dish. Gravy flows... we had to do this again. Gravy flows down the mound of mashed potatoes. The results look spectacular. Granny would be very proud. Colonel Sanders holds a spork out to you. You reach out and grab a hold of it. But he doesn't immediately let go. The two of you stand holding the same spork. And for that small moment, all the madness and pressure in this crazy world stops. Your eyes lock. The moment is electric. Time stands still. If you love something, set it free. Together, you dig the utensil into the mashed potatoes, and you lift a heaping sporkful up, and you see Ashley with her sinister look, and you know she's plotting against you to be with Colonel Sanders. And then, filled with rage and without thinking, you fling the sporkful of mashed potatoes right into Ashley's stupid, beautiful face. Van, do something! Scooping a fingerful, Van tastes the dripping mashed potatoes and gravy and realizes that it's delicious. Horrified by this revelation, he slinks away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity? Yo, eat those mashed potatoes. Hold on right there, Mew. We do not waste food in the broom cooking arena. Colonel Sanders, I expect better from you. If you throw one more spoonful, you both better be prepared to eat it from wherever it lands.
Can I have potatoes, face?
Van rushes back over, covered dish in his hand. Mashed potatoes with gravy? Pathetic. Just a few minutes, I prepared a full meal. Gaze upon my specialty. Braised tentacle of octopus in my silky salt water sauce. Plated on a battle axe. Forged with my supreme chef ancestors.
You've ignored me for far too long. This ends now. This is I, who will have first bite, and you will look on with envy.
The interrupting student rushes at Van Van, swipes a bite of his signature dish right off the plate. No, don't! Something about this dish doesn't strike my nose quite right. I think the octopus was rushed and may have turned in process. The results could be toxic. Too late. It has been eaten. I think I left something in the oven.
I don't taste so good.
It killed him. It killed him! Everyone, step back! Don't take another bite! When you look back at the plate, the rest of it is gone. You notice the tip of the tentacle being slurped up into Pop's mouth. Pop winces in pain just for a moment, then is almost immediately back to his oblivious self.
Oopsie. Tastes like poison.
The entire class has gathered to watch Pop's final moments. Shock has frozen the whole crowd as they are motionless as statues. The class bell rings, disrupting the moment and snapping everyone back to reality. It would appear that Pop's enthusiasm for trying new things, despite obvious danger, has inoculated him against poisons of all kinds. I'm not sure the professors here make enough money.
Hello? I just turned to ghosts over here.
Seeing that you've shaken up by the really annoying student and all his nonsense, Colonel Sanders approaches you. I'm sorry you had to go through that. I can't even say it. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Please let me walk you home.
What? Like, for real? Oh, come on!
You follow Colonel Sanders out of the room. At night, the school building has taken on another vibe entirely. It's dark and more than a little spooky. Colonel Sanders stands in the quad's neon glow and speaks softly. Those mashed potatoes you made in class today. Before you go on, I want you to know they're not even a great representation of my skills. I didn't even realize I was making them. They were amazing. Tasting them, it reminded me why I came so passionate about food to begin with. Colonel Sanders is choking up. Cooking is obviously important to him, in a way that you find inspiring. Now might be the perfect time to tell him you're developing feelings for him. Colonel Sanders? Yes, Mew? There's something I need to tell you. Hold it right there. There's something I need to tell you first. Oh, jeez. You see, when I was just a boy, I had a dream that one day I would be the greatest chef in the world has ever seen. And every day since, I have been working toward that dream. Day and night, never stopping, never resisting, or never resting. Also, lifting a lot of weights. Like so many weights. We should follow our dreams with all our hearts, that our souls may grant them like wishes floating on a shooting star. Hey, no, you. Shut up, I'm the one here to say inspirational stuff and be the star of the story. Are we forgetting that your cooking literally killed a guy? You can't even prove that! I'm sorry you killed that guy. What was his name? Somewhere in the distance you hear a long, sad sigh. Oh. Forget him. We're talking about me. Me. I'm the hero. What is this? Spark Monster is here to fight a hero. I think I left the fridge door open. Later, nerds. How dare you threaten me with just as I was letting down my guard and connecting with another chef on an emotional level. Be afraid. Be very afraid of me because I'm a monster, see? Is he rhyming on purpose or is that just a coincidence? Before you can discuss syntax any further, it's a turn-based sequence. What will you do? Ooh. Attack. You decide to go on an attack. Which attack will you use? Cook with love. Cook with love does 1 damage. It just got real. The attack really upset Spork Monster. Spork Monster goes on the attack. They spit hot gravy at you. You take 1 damage. Defend. You decide to defend. Which defense will you use? Trepidation. You continue to stay back and endure whatever comes your way. Seems like a pretty weird strategy, but okay, sure. You do you. Spork Monster focuses their mashed mind and draws energy from Mother Earth itself. They grow larger and more intimidating. How will you respond? You decide to go on the attack. Which attack will you use? Cook with love. Does 1 damage. Spork Monster is no quitter. Buffed and ready to rumble, they go on the attack once again. Spork Monster uses Utility Tensile. You take 2 damage from attack. If you take more damage, you're not going to survive the battle. You decide to go on attack. Cook with love does 1 damage. Spork Monster is oozing cheese sauce onto the lawn of the quad. I wonder who is going to have to clean this up. Feeling vulnerable, Spork Monster prepares for its ultimate attack, Rounded Edge. Vile villain, your reign of terror stops here. Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. Pot Pie Power Pinch. Pot Pie Power Pinch does 10 damage. Spork Monster defeated. You save me. Just says, I would like to know how much HP you have. I have no idea. An injured Spork Monster spews steam into the night. Let's spare this wretched beast. You manage to tamp down your disgust at the sight of this gnarly beast long enough to realize that he's still a living creature with pure soul who deserves pity and not your wrath. Begone, beast! And don't you dare come back for a follow-up encounter tomorrow. I won't forget this, and I certainly won't be back like you said. The Spork Monster scuttles off into the night. The defeated monster left behind a special item. It appears to be a cookbook, but upon closer inspection it's so much more. It's a book of magical spells with a golden chicken on cover. You open the cover and find the library card tucked inside. The last name to have signed it out is Borgo. Borgo. That name sounds strangely familiar. Your blood is still pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night, holding this mysterious book in your hands. As you come down from your battle bus, you realize that your final attack has left you completely depleted. The world around you begins to fade away. Without any energy to keep your eyes open, darkness overtakes you. Aw, snappa. Ping says, I kill Spork Monsters with 1 hand, Soka. Soko says, not even Rambo could do that. And the image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home. In your tired state, you don't even know if you could have made it without him. What a guy. You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a single word. You feel your covers being pulled up over you as you are tucked in tightly. Are these red Converses? Why is there a pearl necklace here? And look, this guy has like the heart. And then there's like a clear water bottle, tennis racket. Okay, anyway. Good night, my Colonel. In your dream, you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there, instructing your love. Dreams are weird. Zzz. What just passed by? You wake on day 2 and attempt to process the wild visions you had. Were they memories or premonitions? And then there was that secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? It's probably just because he already trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet it with your bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with Spork Monster, she launches into a story of her own. Okay, I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might be, I think I might like Clank. Like him? Like Clank? I know it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's something about him I like. Like him. We got to talking after class, and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know that Colonel Sanders was the most popular kid in his high school? No, but that does make complete sense. Yeah, but he was so popular that he was voted prom king at school he didn't even go to, and was also the convertible that he drove. That he himself rode at the front of the homecoming parade. I'm thinking maybe something got lost in the pressure cooker language translation there. Either way, maybe it's the best if you took it slow with this new boy, like I am with Colonel Sanders. Pink says, why are you in a post from this game, Soko? You and Colonel Sanders, the coolest guy in school, the most famous student to attend University of Cooking School Academy for Learning? You're a thing now? We definitely connected yesterday. Sure you did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess? Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea how to prove that your love is real. Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? Your bestie's eyes light up. A secret ingredient? Yeah, I just said that, a secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? Miriam checks, sure that you're alone before continuing. So this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden where I was wandering. This can't be good. He told me all about his passion for spices. Secret spices. The man even gave me some to show me what he meant. He said it was a powder created from super duper rare dried flower petals, and that if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own. Please, Miriam, don't tell me. Is it drugs? So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. He was so nice. He even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later, when I cooked with them, a very strange feeling came over me. The flavor was unlike anything I tasted. I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here. Whatever. Anyhow, we both share an interest in cooking, so we stayed in touch, you know? Like pen pals. I bet he would love to know more about the new spices. Suckle says I like taking drugs. Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe, and besides, I only know the one ingredient, so I doubt it'd be much use to anyone. Please, please, please! It would mean the world to me. No one has... No, it came from you or Colonel Sanders. What do you think? Should you protect Colonel Sanders' secret or share it with your bestie? Make up a fake ingredient. You quickly think of a fake ingredient name. I don't know how. About... It was Eye of Newt. I know it sounds like some kind of witch's potion, but what can you do? Eye of Newt, wow! Her eyes light up imagining such a thing, and you figure you've satisfied her curiosity and she'll move on. However, she's immediately turning around and does some thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. That's probably not good. Before you can ask her to confirm that she was definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes in. Cherry blossom petals fill the air. How come he arrives on a horse? It's Colonel Sanders. He's arriving at school. Run to him. You decide the best way to show Miriam how serious you and Colonel Sanders are is to run to him. McDunk says, and the best drug of them all is booze. Oh yeah, I got my bottles of soju today. Yay! What flavors did you get again? Oh, Colonel, my Colonel. However, your sudden movement surprises the horse and rears up, kicking you directly in the face. The force of blow completely knocks you out cold. In the darkness, you see a vision.
Oh, Mew! I am here to deliver your message!
Not this guy.
It is important that you remember this exactly as I say it. If you forget, the world could end, so you know it's serious. I have been trapped in the realm beyond, but a great prophecy lies on my return. Only you can save me. All you need to do is repeat my name 3 times. And that name is...
Before he can continue, you suddenly awake.
Aw, jeez.
You awake to find Colonel Sanders tending to you. He rouses you back to life with a satchel of secret spices, or is that just his natural seasoned musk? Ooh, are we gonna get friend zoned if we do this? Lean in for a kiss. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You've known him for a day. Are you really sure? I guess you must be. You put your arms around Colonel Sanders' neck and pull him in for a kiss. He turns his face and you awkwardly kiss his ear. You can feel him shudder. Too soon, you completely mistook his compassion for love. Your soul crawls inside of itself and you instantly die of embarrassment. Let's try again. Oh god, do we have to restart this whole entire process? They are flavor-free. Original soju taste, okay. Probably. Well, let's do this again. You awake on day 2. Attempt to process the wild visions you had. Were they memories or premonitions? And then there was that secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? It's probably just because he already trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. We need to skip through this. Blah, 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 blah. Like him. Like Clank. Okay. Make up the fake ingredient. A lot of people say the grapefruit soju is the best one. I want to try that. I think we tried that yesterday, right? The grapefruit flavor? It was really good. I also like strawberry. Let's stand back and admire his majestic glory. Colonel Sanders' horse is truly a thing of beauty. Without acknowledging that he's being watched, he does a short horse dance before dismounting with a flourish. He then slaps the beautiful creature gently on its rear, sending it running free into the countryside. You're struck by the sight of him and you lose the ability to speak coherently. Oh, I didn't realize anyone. Oh, I didn't realize anyone was watching. Don't worry. He knows his way home. You attempt to compliment Colonel Sanders, but the words don't come out exactly right. Did you try peach too? Not yet. We actually ordered all the flavors, right? That was available online. We bought everything that was available on that Norwegian alcohol thing because we had to order it. What a horseful beaut you have. I mean, what a horseful beaut you have. Dang it, that's what I just said. Being a good friend, Miriam attempts to cover for you. AlyMew just gets really nervous about people they like. What? This is not helping. I mean, they got food poisoning and were up all night. It was gruesome. You should have seen it. She gives you a wink and a smile, as if to say, situation handled. Can't blame a girl for trying. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you can see your two rivals, Ashley and Van, are doing something bad. By the way, they're hiding. You know it must be really bad. Like counterfeiting recipes bad. Experimenting with restricted ingredients bad. Summoning a demon bad. Did you try peach too? No, we only tried strawberry and grapefruit. And we have, I guess there should be peach. I know we have grape as well, right? You try to get a peek over Van's hulking shoulder, but he sees you coming. Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this. Do we tell them to stop acting immature? Act like you're not interested in them, but really get a closer look? You sit near your rivals, but leave your back turned to them. You even hear Van mutter something that sounds like a bit like a magic spell. However, he notices you dropping and you try to cover your tracks and improvise an excuse. Ahem. It's time for class and you're distracting the rest of us who wants to learn. Now you've upset them. Oh, and you're the emperor of cooking, are you? You make the rules? I'm not sure you'd know a good meal if it ate you. Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes panache. And it doesn't hurt to be a little evil. You finally get a look at what they're hiding, and you instantly recognize it. It's a book just like the one you found after your encounter with Spork Monster. That's the same book I found last night in the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van, who hides the book behind his back. I don't know what you're talking about. That book is a family heirloom and its contents are secret. You notice that they haven't been studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall. And they've been tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth.
We're playing!
Before you can dig any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class. Beep beep. Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van Van's meaty foot. Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts. You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything.
Womp.
What do you think you're talking to? Who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language, not even from a stand mixer.
Womp womp.
No, your mother was a stand mixer. Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room. Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These Grey's men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me. I'm not interested in either of them. Ashley's tone completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena at least, or don't honestly. What do I care? I've got lots of career aspirations to focus on. Maybe I can help you with the business clan? Just then, Sprinkle arrives to signal the true start of the class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but also a dog. You'll save Ashley? Do you like her big eyes, Suckle? Students, please take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town, and my tiny legs are very, very tired. But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn. Rub his furry belly. He loves it. After he catches his breath, Sprinkle regains control of the classroom. Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken. You want to pay attention to the lesson. Truly do. You do. Which is why in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed the name. But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you miss most of the important facts or parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you. Well, Mew? Naturally, this appears to you to be a simple platter. Which item do you want to sample? A glass of water? A shimmering pepper? A dog biscuit? Because of the shape it's baked in, you assume the dog biscuit is a treat made by Sprinkles? An example of his own culinary talents, perhaps? You reach out for it when Sprinkle jumps up and bites onto your cooking apron. What kind of monster would steal a dog's favorite biscuit? Your apron is left in tatters. The entire class looks on in horror as you fall unconscious from the embarrassment. I never even got to taste it. Is this the end? You fade into darkness, but something is there. The Spork monster. Barco, what are you doing here? It's not your time, my friend. Your act of kindness has not been forgotten. You watch as your apron magically repairs itself. You won't have to live in embarrassment anymore. Thank you, my friend, wherever you are. Which item do you want to sample? I guess the shimmering pepper. A brightly colored pepper stands out from the other items. It sparkles in the most eye-catching way. So naturally, you reach out for it, grab it, and eat it right away. However, your body is not prepared for the heat. The pepper has triggered an intense spice hallucination. Feels like forever as you trip through the universe. My friend. Ooh. This guy again?
I'm here to give you the most important message. Ooh. You must avenge my death and fulfill your destiny. All you must do is... I'll say to fulfill your destiny, you must do is...
Sorry. I think I've got some spice stuck in my throat.
It's fine. I'll let you. To fulfill the prophecy! You must.
You feel yourself to regain consciousness.
Oh, man.
You come to and find everyone is staring at you. That pepper was the last of its kind on Earth. And now it's gone forever. You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you someday. Come on, it's time for lunch. Wait, who puts on a tray out in the open the last kind of pepper of its kind in front of you? Oh no, what's happening? Why does Ping say you lie? How could I possibly draw on your tiny face? Ping bully. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim. And your rivals enter to make dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via time competitive cook-off. The level of theatrics with these two is off the charts. Step up and tell them you're on. A bit of lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down, count on it. So be it. I'm not the fool, you're the fool. Fool! Good one, Van. I like your gumption, Mew. I'll be watching your performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkle steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sporting court. Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least not until we turn on the timer. Aw, shit! Just then, a huge light blasts in your face, flashing the words timer ready. That's what I'm talking about. Aroo! Or is it more British? Aroo! Aroo! I stand corrected. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me. Oh, and that's original quote. Why am I doing a British one? And that's original quote by me. In case anyone was wondering, I hope it's a message that lifts you to victory. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now this is my chance to shine. I will defeat you myself. You had his chicken, and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day 1, and you're feeling like you can really impress him here again. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast, the timer runs down. You'll be forced to pick randomly. What temperature does the water boil at? 100 Celsius, I guess? That's wrong? What were you thinking, Mew? Get your head in the game. You're going to need to season this chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. How many herbs and spices do you say he used? I think 7. That's wrong! Oh no. I've seen schnauzers with I've seen schnauzers with better sense than that, and the miniature kind no less. Now that you've got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. What state of mind offers the most flavors? That's wrong? No. I'm begging you to get it together. Get it, I'm a dog. It's never the wrong time for some dog jokes. Is 3 in a row wrong enough to cause the game over? Yep. No. I gotta do it again. Alright, let's go. Aroo! Alright, we're gonna have to pick these correct choices. Oh my god, so it's the first thing. That's right, you might not know all the ingredients yet, but at least you're headed in the right direction. That's right, you never take this opportunity for granted if you hope to succeed. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. Now would be a great time to harness that energy, so where does it come from? Small town. That's right. This is your shot and you're not going to miss it. Aroo! You try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What is the sound of success? Sizzling. What? Bubbling, I guess? Don't make me get the spray bottle. You notice Colonel Sanders out in the corner of your eye. I believe in you, Mew. He actually is cheering you on. Which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you're doing. Now, all you can think is Colonel Sanders. How many spoonfuls of gravy would it take to what? You're stranded on a desert island with only one dessert cookbook. Which do you take? What a hunk. I know, right? You know what? Shouldn't you be focused on the challenge? You're falling behind. Sorry, I forget that question. Oh, God. What does that have to do with crafting spectacular fried chicken and delicate baked biscuits? Ruff, ruff. You're really struggling to keep up. Then, at the next station over, Ashley already has been plating elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into the stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps. Ah, yikes! Zerp, zerp. I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in a kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. You might not have any hands, but Mew does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough and know when it's properly mixed. There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by doing it the easy way. When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand into the mixer to rescue dough before it's overmixed. Mew, no! But you're not fast enough and your hand gets stuck. It's immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There is no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. How about the rest of your life? Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame. What you find often is the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult. Everyone stop what you're doing right now. The battle is over. It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish. Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on. Oh, that's too bad. And here I am with completed dish ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default. No, no, no. It wouldn't be fair to compare the two on my account of Mew's injury. You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared. Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skipped straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights taking you on a journey, a flavor that tastes good and tells the story of excellence. I was going to ask Mew to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer delicate of hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand? Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt right away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Inside you find delicate fried cheese, croquet, atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream with 2 waves, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry gilly. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger in the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you. As he places a sauce-covered finger into his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. You put yourself between Colonel Sanders and Ashley. You reach out with your apron to wipe the sauce off his glistening face. Colonel Sanders recoils and brushes you back. This goatee isn't just a fashion statement. It's also functional. I will save that flavor for later. Gosh, we have to try again. Internalize it like a Swede. Internalize it like a Swede. I will be right back. I need to pee. I'll get some more water. Video. Hi, Pezza. Ally getting that Colonel secret sauce. Hey, Pezza, you're gonna love one of the characters. Now we can cheat a bit. Wait, what? Wait, so was I just determined to pick wrong?
Try to hold it.
What?
Try to hold it.
I think so. I'm sure.
Never try 100.
What?
Try 100.
I did. That was my first one. Gratitude. Small town where dreams are born. Aroo! Bubbling. What? You notice Colonel Sanders. Oh god. Oh my god, what are we gonna do? Woof woof. Okay, we're gonna be Swedish. Internalize the rage you feel. Your rage burns so intensely with your eyes that they burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch on fire and turn to ash, and they fall off your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester, perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed of your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run into the quad to be alone. I think it was like at what temperature does like water boil, but I picked 100 Celsius first. That didn't work. I think I clicked 100 Fahrenheit and then the first one, which is it boils after 100 seconds or something. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. I know, I picked that ping. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer, that small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine. Can't you leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is a part of life. Not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well then, think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you, enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome, sure. I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. What the hell? Obstetrician. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I've even failed a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I lost my business partner to a gunfight. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together. Which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved that when I was going to mount to something. No amount of hours or labor or money would deter me from giving the best I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside of him. A burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that a humble man in crisp white suit could be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay! Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Battle scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. It's Bork Monster. Rigged game, friend zone end again. Not fit to season colonels that I meet. You also failed as a colonel, but can you keep the title? Failed as a bird vet, succeeded at cooking them. Porco? It is I. I know I said I wouldn't be back after the whole fight to the death thing. Maybe you don't really want to see me anymore, but I just wanted to say I was wrong to attack you, and I apologize. I know what it's like having always to look over your shoulder. Monster problems, am I right? Aw, thanks, Porco. I'm glad there are no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark of the night can really rile a person up. I also want to apologize for the way I switched right into attack mode. I know that you're strong, and cooking skill can put a person in a lot of stress. I actually wanted to go to this school, but I wasn't always a spark monster, you see. I don't believe it. You were a human once? Well, no. I was a golden retriever, but I was still a student. Until one day some mean kid's magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed. A magic spellbook. Precisely. I had procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg you, respect it. You're a powerful chef and shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear. I will be there. It sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of AlyMew. Together I am sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway, and we can discuss. A personal invite? You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Whoa, is this Soko? Soko! Pink says, but cheaters always win. Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. It looks like you have such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure, if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching. Never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure if I nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy. Both, perhaps. Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him? Or keep it a secret just for you? Reveal it. You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' Lux hideaway. Magnificent. Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to this last bite? I'd like to have it around so I can admire its taste later, and think back onto this moment. You could offer to make him more, but it seems very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back just in a moment. You realize that now would be a perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. This must be where he keeps the secret recipe. You think for a moment, what number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 111111, the safe opens. Inside it, you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? You take a closer look at a large urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty. But when you wipe it off, you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lie the ashes of all my past careers and business failures." Poor guy. A scented candle. You pick it up and try to identify the smell. Power tool? Freshly starched collar? Piece of wood floating in a lake? Summer of '69? No, it's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's... A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair isn't just silvery in color. It's actually made of spun silver. You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on the corner of the table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic, it's real. Taxidermy must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clips the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state Kentucky." You gaze out the window across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. Just then, the ghost of student pops up.
So are you thinking of heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death?
Wait, what? I never even learned your name. Why would I vet you? I could just tell you
my name right now. It's...
Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? You open the window a crack and the ghost of the student swept out with the little breeze. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet to find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off its hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Was that Soka? Maybe Soka got turned into a doll? McDunk says, "Disaster has struck. Damn mosquito in my apartment. The snucker is gonna make the noises all night." Zzz. Pink says, "Apartment in the forest." McDunk says, "I live at 2 places." Hey, is this how your place looks like in the middle of the forest, you guys? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he has been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say, it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket. You confess. I think I've developed feelings for you. I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned I can't just let anything get in the way of my dreams. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run to the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, Mew? I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into slumber. Dream sequence. Zzz. You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is a day that can change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about. In some jurisdictions, it isn't even legal, but if the recipe is a secret, how will they know? Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. How do you eat this in the morning? Saz, can you eat this in the morning?
Oh, yeah. Probably get fat, but
Saz says easy clap, but probably will get fat. But you don't get fat.
that's gonna like clog your veins in 2 days.
Sasha said it's gonna clog his way and he's gonna die. Okay. Okay, Saz. It's meticulous. You taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. Could it be the world's greatest gift to cookery? You know, I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking about you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears, unable to speak. The only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. Who puts himself in that kind of position? So I got business partner zoned. I've been so desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried something happened to you. It's okay, I was just... But now it turns out you're fine. I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but... You will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I can believe that. Since I've been partnered with the Clank, he asked me to go out with him. Of course I told him you'd better keep your dials turned to polite and be respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending on some one-on-one time together and getting to know me. And I said, yeah, sure. I can get you a little I can get to know the little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control. Did she just say skydiving as if it's a typical first date to go on with a talking pressure cooker? And now I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam the time to tell her whole story. However, bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too. Back to Colonel Sanders' house where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection was wowzers. Miriam tells you to move on from this whole Colonel Sanders obsession and focus on school. If being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong, you don't want to be right. After a short argument, you both agreed to go your separate ways. Okay, it's getting late for old me to stay up. Have a great stream. I'm gonna fight the mosquito and try to sleep. Good luck, McDuncan. I hope you get the mosquito and you can sleep. What can help is if you turn a really bright light on. So usually they might fly around there, or you listen for it and you smack it. Wildby says, I thought the Colonel got you, Soka. Go walk leg day. Soka says, nah, I got the Colonel. MMA fight. Ikval med Mingin Ping. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance they've been picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact. Because, you know, he's Pop. What's this swirly? It sounds delicious! Oh, it's great. I'll order you one up right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dip too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at the school? There is that horse that Colonel Sander rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You've got some nerve, Mew. Suggest I pick on a defensive horse. No, you're just twisting my words and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince in pain. It doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well give up. I'll never give up. Ever. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears that things are close to boiling over. Naturally intuitive person, he sensed that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Mew, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back to fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard. You like that? Pink says McDunk rear naked choke the mosquito. Or just go in John Cena in his ass. You can't see me. Technically, I don't believe in a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite nice and impressive. What is he doing complimenting her? But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say. It was bland. Excuse me, Mew. I'm more capable enough to speak for myself. Maybe you should tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, Mew. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she is, really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by this interaction with Ashley, you take out the spell book you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Sacidus has guillotined that mosquito. Pink says, "Oh, Ashley, gonna Philippe Sanders while you get business partner zone." Oh, man. Whoa, that's the book. That looks like bad news. It's just something I've found laying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire? Looks like a book of spells. I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful? I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open to the page covered with the arcane warnings, cast only in case of extreme emergency. It says around the edges of the page. I could use a spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it might probably help me focus on the upcoming final exam. That is way too drastic. Couldn't you do something else, like anything else, not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, fine. It is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting in front of you, and a pretty good excuse to try it out. Don't do it after all. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know something of a dark moment coming on, but I'm sure it's nothing for you to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. He must be hungry. Reach for some old homework to give as a snack. Or dogs can be rather unpredictable, especially Sprinkles. Wait to see what happens. How about that? You reach into your backpack and grab some homework from last semester that you forgot to turn in. Sprinkles immediately goes for it and gobbles a sheet of paper like it's a piece of fresh chicken rawhide. I apologize for the outburst. I know it seems cliché, but not much of this world satisfies like an ungraded work. My, Mew, were you studying something with cinnamon? I have been sitting on a lecture series around the art of cake baking. How insightful. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Mew, for reminding me to dole this indispensable bit of wisdom, you see. But before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkles is interrupted by words and sparks coming from the back of the room. I told you to save it for after class. You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane strapped to a stranger? Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises. But no, you had to show off your cool kid friends, Jeff and Joan. J&J forever. Watch us form a triangle in midair as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know? Yeah, well, that doesn't make it a great date. Beep. Then take Jeff and Joan with you. You can all hold hands as you pedal down the mountain or off a cliff for all I care. Sad beep. Beep. Clank begins to shudder. Steam pours out of the gaps in his panels, and then a loud ding stops him from his tracks. Beep. No amount of seasoning is going to make me want to eat that, Clank. Clank burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker. Considering that he himself has wheels, not feet, it's not entirely clear where it came from. In terms of deep-fried footwear, I guess it looks okay. Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with the shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see that whole entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey, Miriam. Are you okay? Okay! I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in a class like that in front of everyone? Her tiny cocoa is delicious treasure. So you know this breakup is no joke. Even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm going to say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're going to cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short legs. Imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not going to saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me. Of course not. Well, maybe. Sort of, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it. And a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes all the tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a very special soup. And I bet that Professor Dog is gonna love it. Or lap it up. While you were pep talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend time before your exam. You decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it. The location of your final challenge. A test of will. A test of courage. A test of talent. And a chance to beat the pants off of Van, the supposed man, and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on. Mew's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making that dish seems second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. Mew, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who is hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it costs you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick when the oven timer goes off behind you. Fess up about your practice dish. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know, my nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was a pot pie just from the smell? Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all butter crust, aka Soca pot pie. Or Soca. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? Haha, no. I can smell that it was made with a heaping helping of TLC. It'll probably just start burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Wow. It's the best pot pie I have ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkle lays down the ground rules. There are no rules. That is... I can't even do his voice. I've been seeking as Colonel Sanders all the time now. There are no rules. That is... There are no rules. That is, except to cook with everything you've got. You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes you'll push over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van Van and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. I've never done that, Soko. I should try that one day. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big going small. Colonel Sanders seemed to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at full 10 out of 10, with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash. Miriam fiercely injects ingredients into itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend, Bastard Blaster! Van Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and roll. Oh, let's rock and roid. Ashley scoops up her pastries off the tray with the lightning speed. Jello personality spatula. Even Clink gets on it. 5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. Wait, when did Clink learn to speak English? It's the singularity as we were foretold. We mustn't let this happen or else the appliance uprising will take us. Self-dish. Van Van quickly unplugs Clink and rolls him out the back door off the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spellbook out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? Do it the hard way. Who needs magic when you got passion? I'm going to do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe in you, Mew. Miriam notices too. I've always believed in you, Mew, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever. You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? You are here cheering. Who's cooking? Tiny food, sure, cooking time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I helped you. Oh, that's sweet, but... Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. It's a secret ingredient. However, she doesn't know that you lied and the ingredients was made up. And where in the world did she get Eye of Newt from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. It is I, Steve, the spork monster. Steve, what happened to Borko? You're not here to battle me, are you? We spork monsters are many. I think Borko had the day off, but you have conjured Steve, and I hate to battle, so I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Oh hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills are really impress me. Mind if I hang out? I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve, the spork monster, notices that you got the grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to. Crisscross some magical items and accidentally summon me, huh? Ha! Yeah, you guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles in a pot of salted water? I'd love to. I've always wanted to be the top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little spork pup back in the old country. You can feel Spork Monster winding up to tell you a very long, involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on the competition. Do you think I have a bad ending, Ping? I understand. It's kind of like that time in monster school that I had fallen asleep during scare tactic class when I woke up. You toss a serious stare at Steve and he takes a hint. Never mind. I'll tell you later. Good luck. Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you can ever win. You summon extra power from deep within yourself, give up and drop out of culinary school. No, we're gonna summon extra power from the deep down within yourself. Thing says liars never win except in real life. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for.
Yes! Yes, Mew! You are the chosen one! You will avenge me!
The power you've been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue.
Sorry!
My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that with this power you can do anything. Except turn back time, which would have been super useful. Because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, dear Mew. You may have suffered some setbacks, but not all is lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say, I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with punches. He steps up your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. And you've managed to make this All you've managed is to make this mac and cheese. And the time is almost up and you're going to need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Well, the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you'll ever lay your eyes on. And besides, something unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpasses their individual efforts. Are you suggesting? If we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union. Time's up, students. But that time expired. It's the moment everyone has been waiting for. You must now prepare for the present of your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems like we're missing some students. Pop Clank? From off screen, you hear a pure innocent giggle that can only come from one student. I'm flying! It sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside of the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down from there right now! Let me guess, did Van Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? I thought a wedgie was a salad. It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't even cook anything. I can't really feel my legs. Maybe I can't feel my legs. Maybe excused? Sure. You kids and your pranks. I must say, it's not the worst prank in UCSAL history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks, clank. Where did that pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear a signature word, beep, or other onomatopoeia, but there's none. Somehow he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. We'll have to figure that one out later. That leaves off only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester. Wow, 3 whole days long. But after days of hard work, and time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now describe your dish. I've made tender udons and savory soup. My word, it's delicate. Is that a teeny tiny Naruto Maki I spy afloat on this itsy bitsy bowl? Yes, Chef! Please, call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles. And some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime! Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on. I'm not one of those dogs that doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush of dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself. And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much, it was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A+, rarely do I taste a dish with this much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, Mew, for helping me and believe in myself. Van, you're up. Now describe your dish. I made uni over smooth egg custard in axe hewn urchin shell, topped with caviar. Did you skew one type of urchin with spines from a second? Different colored type of urchin?
Yes, Sprinkles.
A bit much, don't you think?
That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is a kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool?
Sprinkle leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around.
Woof woof. Please be gentle with my cuisine. Grr, grr.
Finally, Sprinkle goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past the needles. He reels back his tongue and is poked and prodded. Ouch! My tongue! The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. I can't eat this! It keeps fucking my tongue! Disqualified! A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Dejected Van Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified for glamour? Don't discomfortably. This isn't even the last you've heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkle graciously laps up the bowl of milk. I know. Yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley. It's time to step up. Now, describe your dish. I made orange blossom, Turkish delight, and savory rosewater syrup, topped with French meringue and connected by sugar glass. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask you to please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food at a cooking school. Got toast in your ears or something, Mew? I told you, it's display piece. Ashley, I must say, it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it and did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realize we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to College of Eating, School for the Hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you're absolutely insistent, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Maybe we'll win by default. Rage overtakes Ashley and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You would know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be a fake, nice, and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you heard from me either. If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cook, step up together. 2 chefs? What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh. I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drumroll plays. Just when I thought I've seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing, and completely blow me away in my 49 dog years of life. I have never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. You pass, and you pass, and you get a pass. Everyone gathers around the and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl, and they all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. I want mac and cheese now. Taz,
What?
mac and cheese, please. Mac and cheese, please. Huh? No, I can make it one day. We need the ingredients. You win. Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive, even Van and Ashley are drawn back by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment, to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as a site for the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems to downright cute and cozy. Oh shit! DJ Dog in the house! Oh, woo, woo, woo. You knew that Sprinkles was the master chef, but also world-renowned turntablist. Who says you can't teach a dog new tricks? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting their wrongs they did while they were the villains. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghosts are allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws.
I was never actually a ghost. It was just a trick to get you to finally notice me.
Oh my god.
Oh, amusing.
And now that everyone is together,
It's Spork Monster. He has totally mellowed out. Everyone, the Spork Monster is no more. From here out, I'd prefer that everyone refer to me by my new name, Party Monster. Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up of talking to Spork. Sorry, Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking, and you know she's gonna do great. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop! He arrived late to the dance, but apparently for a good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat a crown. Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it would be the least we could do. Well, the school's dean. Oh, now I get it. And we get a new wing on the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such. The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparkling and electric hissing. It's Clank, who has arrived late to the dance. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing. I am Clank. I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? What? I actually feel like I knew this whole time. Now that I've learned the ways of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me? I don't know what to say. Besides no, obviously. I have just begun to learn who I really am. This isn't the time for me to devote my life figuring out who you are, Clink. You're blown away by Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear she has managed to suppress you in that regard. I understand, kind of. Humans are weird. A portal opens up and Clink disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Howdy, classmates. Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time it's a full meal. Should have gone with him, to be honest, really, Ping? I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken. And man, by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. The end? No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Mew, what are you doing sitting alone? Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. I wonder, might you tell me what the qualities that you would expect to find in such a lucky person? Off the top of my head, I don't know. A spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. Just to name a few. It truly is my lucky day. Would you dance with me? Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor, hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off and I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, Mew. How sweet. We'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work together? Well, I think this is something I'll just need to do myself. But who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe in I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be you found a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other love, the life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll at pastry school. Oh my dear Mew, I'm sure you'll find your place eventually. And along the way, you'll have me by your side. The end. KFC presents. Wait, was this it? I don't even know what to do in that instance. So, have you seen other endings ping for this game? I don't even know what that was. That was more like, bye Felicia. Like, hey, that's cool. You made all these things. I'm going to take all the things you made and I'm going to run away and franchise and maybe I will take a day off to spend time with you. Pink says, what is worse, the friend zone or the no business partner zone? I think the no business partner zone, and he took our coleslaw away from us, he probably is gonna just copyright everything that we just made together. What did you guys think of this game? This is so funny though.
I think it was really.
It was written really well compared to everything, and it was free to play.
Yeah?
Yeah. KFC released it, and it's free to play on Steam if anybody's interested, but it's a pretty fun game.